now we're coming to the Q&A section. We made it in good time. I'm sure I missed some questions along the way, or maybe somebody wanted me to repeat something. This is the time for us to answer that.
Yeah, thanks, Kofo. All right, so before we actually jump into the Q&A, please could you all share your questions? Well, no, not questions first. Share your thanks with Kofo, and then also just let her know how you're feeling about what you've done today. So if you have some emoji reactions, drop some fire emojis, let us know how you're feeling before we actually jump into the Q&A. Okay, so I can see link to the knowledge sites. Okay, so Jason, the link to the knowledge sites are actually in your workbook. There's a section specifically for the tools there, and you can find all of the links. They are embedded in there, so don't worry. Okay, fantastic. So Brumsy, Jason, someone called 11, it's a smiley face. Abiola, okay, fantastic. Great to see you all had a great time. Keep those thank yous for Kofo coming. She did a fantastic job. So now, like she just mentioned, we're gonna move into the Q&A segment where we're gonna be answering some of your questions. As I mentioned, we are a bit short on time, but we'll do our best to answer as many as possible. And anyone whose questions aren't answered, I'll be telling you a bit more about how we can address that immediately afterwards. Okay, so right now I can see there are 2 questions in the Q&A box. If you have any questions, please share them in there and we'll be answering them now. But let's quickly get started.
Just to reiterate, because I'm seeing some questions on the chat, but they're going by fast. Please use the Q&A feature so that we actually answer your question. And for any questions that are not answered, we're going to save them. There's an Instagram live that we have every week, really, thanks to Visa. I think Calada will talk about that a little bit more after we answer all the questions. But please make sure that they're in the Q&A box so that we have it, because the chats go by really quickly, we might miss it.
Yeah, okay, so first and foremost, I'm gonna let you all focus on, 1 second. Yes, okay. All right, perfect, so let's jump into the Q&A. First one is from Royal Princess. Royal Princess Phoebe says, my huge challenge is finding my customers. I run a skills academy where we train youths. I'm so confused about how to get them. So Kofo, could you offer any insights to Royal Princess Phoebe? For you, I think the first thing that I want you to define is what kind of skills, right? So Skills Academy is a very, very vague term, right? So what kind of skills? Is it digital skills? Is it skills to help people start their business? Is it coding skills? It's not very clear to me what you say when you say you train youth and children on skills, right? And when you say youth and children, what age range, right? And where are they from, right? Where are they? Where do they live? Where do they reside, right? So that's one thing that I need to know from you. So, and you said also staff and organization. So it sounds a little bit that you have on some level, maybe like a B2B or a B2C model. And you said you're confused about how to get them, right? So the first thing I would say is actually drill down and define, right? What does that mean? What kind of youth? Where are they? Are they in school? You know, maybe that's where you need to start from, because when you know who they are, what they do, what their behaviors are, you start getting a better sense of how to reach out to them, right? I also talked about if you have a B2B model, knowing who in the organization you need to reach out to, right? So you said skills, so maybe it's the HR department, right? Have you connected with different HR people on LinkedIn and said, hey, I'm offering skills, blah, blah, blah. These are the skills that people learn. This is what this is like. So I think you need to drill down a little bit more on who your customers are, and that's going to help you get clarity on knowing how to reach them online. So that will be the assignment for you. Next question. All right, brilliant. So very next question is from Ruth Mukori. Or actually quickly, let me just mention, so for anyone who's asking for the workbook, a member of our team is going to quickly go through the Q&A and share the link with you all there. So thanks for waiting, and we'll be with you shortly. But otherwise, next one's from Ruth. Ruth says, I'm planning on launching my fashion brand. Would you recommend that I start with a physical store or just have an online store? I currently have a full-time job in fashion lecturing as well.
Oh, sis, personally, again, you kind of have a better understanding of your finances, but I would say start online. There's a beautiful thing about building a community first and trying to understand the market better before you maybe scale online. There's a saying that digital is where the gold is right now, right? And the beautiful thing about starting online is that you don't have to worry about finding the right location for people to come. It's like they're online, you guys connect with each other. You just have to figure out what logistics looks like. So especially if you have a 9 to 5, I would say kind of like hold on to some of those like cost heavy investments first and test it out online. Check out like what products are people liking? Who are the people that are, going to be your highest level, highest value customers? So I would say use the online space to kind of experiment a little bit, build your community, build your audience. And, as you scale up, if you want to, scale to a physical location, do that. But I would say play around online first to experiment.
Okay. All right. So very next question is from Jolly. Jolly asked, hey, I'm a marketing student. I was wondering how I can monetize what I know about marketing online.
Oh, I love that Angel answered one of the questions, freelancing, right? So we talked about different revenue models, right? So one of the ways that you can do that is via consulting. There's so many small businesses who have no idea what to do when it comes to digital marketing or marketing in general. That's one way that you can be making revenue. Another revenue stream that you could have for your business is teaching people about that online. There's so many people looking for courses. There's so many people looking for, just something to get them started. That's another way that you could do that. Marketing online. Angela said freelancing, rightly so. So for you, I think that you need to also take a step back and figure out who needs this, right? We talked a little bit about the value proposition framework. Who are the people that you think need the marketing, right? Look online. What are people searching for? What kind of poignant questions are people searching for? And start from there. Next question.
Perfect. Yeah, I just wanted to also throw it out there that we only have time for 2 more questions. We do apologize. Like I said, we only have a limited amount of time. But we do thank you all for being here. And as Coco and I mentioned earlier, we are going to save all of your questions, and I'll tell you more about how we'll address them at the next event, and then also subsequently as well once Coco is done dropping gems for all of you. Okay, so second to last question is from Uche. Uche says, I am starting a training company, training entry-level workers in business administration, located in Nigeria. I am also struggling on how to get customers. Please, could you advise on how I could do this?
Okay, so I'm starting a training company training entry-level workers in business administration. So it sounds like you have a B2B model or maybe a B2C model. It's very unclear to me. Maybe you define that a little bit, right? So who are the people paying for you to train these people? Is it people coming to you to get trained? So people saying like, hey, I need to be attractive in the marketplace. I need certain skill sets that I don't have. And it could be both, right? So that's one. Or are you looking at businesses? Again, if it's other businesses, the people who you should probably be talking to are different HR people, right? How many HR people do you have have you spoken to, right? So if it's HR people, have you talked to them about, okay, what are the skills that people are lacking when they enter the workplace, right? What kind of budget do you have to invest in these kind of things? Can we experiment a little bit? And I can show you what the value is. So that's one way. Start on LinkedIn. There's plenty of HR people there. You can find them. Are there specific kinds of companies that you're targeting, right? Are they SMEs? Are they more corporate? Also think about that, right? If it's B2C, maybe you can also, there are a lot of, job application sites. Maybe you can partner with them to say, hey, this is a service that I offer. Let's partner. Maybe we can do a rev share and, provide skills and those people. So essentially, when you're struggling to get your customers online, and this is for everybody, think about who they are first, right? When you're able to define who they are, and don't let it be vague, right? What kind of person is this person? Maybe what kind of thing is she doing between 9 to 5, right? Think about who they actually are, and it becomes a little bit easier to think about where they are, whether it's online or in physical spaces. So that's what I would say to you, Uche. Think about the people and who they are.
Perfect. Okay, and very last question, unfortunately, it's from Heritage. Heritage says, how can one get sponsors or partners to work with that will help me grow my business?
So again, Heritage, that's I'll probably need you to drill down a little bit more on that, right? So when you say sponsors or partners, what exactly is the value that you're offering them as well, right? So if you want me to sponsor or partner with you, it's value exchange, right? So what are you giving me if I'm going to help you grow your business, right? Nobody is here to everybody kind of has to have a stake in the game, right? So if you're looking for sponsors or partner, be able to communicate what your value is, right? And when you say help you grow your business, what does that mean, right? Are they going to be your customers, right? Or what is it, right? If you can't define the value that you're offering and think about that, the value that you're looking to get, it's a bit hard for you to narrow that down. So who are the sponsors and who are the partners, right? What do they look like? What are they doing? And what do you have to offer them, right? Before you ask anybody for anything, think about what you have to offer first. And it's a bit easier to have those value conversations. If it's about finding them, if you know who they are, you know how to find them, and make sure that you have your pitch ready to be able to answer what your offer is before anybody will talk to you about helping you out.